What's up, guys? Welcome to this amazing channel once again called with Ebika. Today we will be starting a series. Yeah, a new series, and what we'll be covering in this series is Django. Okay, so we'll be starting Django for absolute beginners. Okay, the only prerequisite which you might want to have before starting this program is Python. You should have a little knowledge on Python. Yeah. Just make your hands dirty on Python. You need to understand Python variables, data structure, classes, objects, and some other basics of Python before you get into Django. Okay. Now, what is Django? Django is a web framework, okay, for web applications, mainly to build web applications, either for building or for maintaining web applications. Okay, and what else do I need to say about Django? Briefly, Django was developed in 2003, yes, and it was released to the market in 2005. Okay, and also I also want us to know that Django is an open source um, how do I call it? It's an open source project here, and we have a lot of contributors across the world. Okay, so if you have this stuff, you just need to Google your problem, the exact error you're having, and you get solutions quickly. And one of the most popular place to go to is Stackflow. Okay, you get so many answers to your problem or any error you're encountering. Okay, so I hope you sit back, relax, and please subscribe, turn on the notification button so each time I drop a new video on this series, you will get notified because you would learn everything you need to know about Django in this channel. Okay, so let's get started. So as I was saying, we need to start immediately. All right. Okay. Don't mind me. Okay. Now, what is the prerequisite for learning Django? You need Python. You need some certain softwares to enable you get started with Django. And one of the, like I said earlier, Python is the programming language which you need to learn or know as a prerequisite to learn Django. And if you have not if you do not know what Python is, you can just right here. I'm trying to Google Python. It's a programming language. It's not the Python itself. Okay, so you can download Python. Welcome to python.org. You go to python.org and download. If you're for Mac, just download the one that is suitable for you, either Mac or Windows. And when you're done, you also need to. I have that in my system, so I won't be downloading that. When you're done, for the purpose of Django, you would need some software, okay? And I highly do recommend VSC Code. It's one of the best programming software you should have in your disposal, okay? And I will be using Visual Studio Code. I just typed VS Code and the first one, just click on the first one and you can download it, okay? Or you can download it and you would be good to go. We have Windows, Mac, Linux, anyone which that you are using, any operating system you're using. So I believe I'm just giving an insight on software that you can use if you're an absolute beginner. And again, okay, fine. Some might want to ask, do I really need do I really need this software? Do I really need to know Python before I get into Django? Well. This program, like I said, it's for absolute beginners. But yes, it's best if you know basics of Python. Okay, some basic concepts in Python before moving into Django. It's very important. But if you think no, you just want to go into Django straight up, yes, fine. Django is kind of almost different from Python, okay? It's just that sometimes if I say let's make a variable, you might not know what variable is, and I won't be defining what variable is, okay? Great. So please just learn Python. before coming to Django. And if you are in this program, you've learned a little on Python. And if you've learned a little on Python, then this program is absolute for you. Okay. Okay. So what we'll be using, Django has a lot of versions. So how to get started with Django is it's just simple. You can just say pip install Django. Okay, but hey, where are we doing that? Okay. Uh Now I'll show you what we need to do right away. Okay, guys. So I believe most of us must have learned basics of HTML2 um for it to I believe most of us have learned HTML. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this is because if you want to create website, you need to have a folder, okay, where all your files would be saved, okay, where you put in all your files. All right. So okay, now let's start with sorry for this popping up. Okay, now let's start by installing Django, and what we need to do it is we need to go to our command prompt. That's my command prompt over there. Just, either you type cmd or something, and you would be good to go. Okay. And for now, I just want to change directory. See this for changing of directory. Just want to change directory to my document. And also I want to change directory into Python. Okay. So now, oh, okay. There's no directory name uh, Python in my document. Okay, so good. What I will just do is to make a new directory. Making a new directory is like creating a folder. Okay, but this will creating a folder from our command prompt, and the way we do that is mkdir, which the mk stands for make, dir stands for directory. Okay, so mkdir, and let me call it Django. Can you just name it Django series? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I've made the Django series directory. So we need to change our directory now to Django series. Now, the I named my Django series. You can name yours anything you want to, okay? Anything at all, anything. Now, before installing Django, I love making something. Yeah, I love doing something. Let's see if we can Google that. It's called Visual Environment Studio, VNV. No, oh, I typed that wrong. Okay, now visual environment. Okay. Uh, I'm not even, I just want to, I wanted to give us a little definition of what VSC code is about. Okay, but since there's no clear definition there, okay, let me explain. Now, what Visual Studio Code does is it helps you isolate your project. Okay, so let's take for instance, you want to work with Python version 3.5. Now, if you install that on your global environment, no, and it might be okay for you at first for the specific project, but what if the next project you want to do, you want it to work on Python 3.1? Now, it's not going to work. You have to keep downloading the various version of Django or Python and all that. But it will mess up your program, your projects. Okay. So what we do is we have a visual environment. You need to activate your install and activate your visual environment in every project. So if you're using Python 2, for instance, so okay, yeah, there's Python 2.7. Yes, yes, Python version 2. Yeah. So if you're using that in your project and you want to use another version of Python in another project, your program will not crash. Okay, because let's take for instance there are some projects that works well on only Python 3.5. Why there's another project you want to work on, and that is on Python 3.8. Now, if you have worked on a school project with Python 3.2, and now you want to work on an e-commerce site, and the actual version of Python you want to use for that project should be Python 3.9. You see, there's a problem because the Python you have in your entire system is 3 points, let's say 2. There will be a problem. So that is why we have the visual environment. Okay. it helps us to isolate all what we need for a particular project. Okay, so now that is what we will be doing before everyone installing the Django. Okay, so let's go ahead, and how we do that is py. If you are for Windows, you can use py, but Linux and Mac, you can use Python. Okay, great. So, but I just want to stick with py dash m. Please also you need to be connected to the internet. Okay, before then, let's continue installing py dash m vnv. Vnv is the visual environment itself. Your we're telling the command prompt to install VMV. Okay, now we need to give our VMV a name, our environment. We need to give it a name. Some persons name it environment, some persons name it anything, but I just like to keep to the conventional style, VMV, VMV. Okay, now I wanted to say something. You should be connected to the internet. Very, very important. Very, very important. You need to be connected to the internet. Okay, now this wouldn't take a while and it will be installed. And after our program is being installed, what we need to do is activating it. Okay. Why is this thing taking? It shouldn't take this long. I don't know why it's taking this long. So let's just wait a little. Oh, great, that's been installed. Okay, so now how we activate? After installing, it is very, very important to activate. Okay. Now this the name of your environment, VNV, sorry, not the name of the environment, please. The actual VNV itself, you use backslash scripts, script, okay? Somebody should help us spell scripts. Okay, now remember the S at the end of it and backslash activate dot path. Very important. Very, very important. This is how you activate your VMV, your visual environment. Okay, now, have you seen our VMV is being activated now? So after our VMV is being activated, what we need to do now is installing Django. Yes, and it's very simple, very, very simple to install Django. What we just need is pip install Django and we're good to go. Like I said, ensure that you are being connected to the internet so you would not receive any error. Like we see, Django is being installing right now on our system. Okay, so this will take a while. I'm going to pause this video for installing quick, cool, really cool. But I'm going to pause this video and get back to us once the uh, installing is being successful. Okay, so let's sit back and relax while it's being installed. Welcome back, guys. The Django has been installed successfully. Okay, I believe you won't get any error installing Django. If you're having any error installing Django, it simply means you should check your internet connection. Okay, now I believe we also have Visual Studio Code. I will be using Visual Studio Code, but if you want to stick with command prompt, fine. Is there's no big deal about that. There's no problem at all. Just keep it up, okay? So I will be opening my Visual Studio Code now. I just type code and dots 1 2 3, like dots and 3 times, and my Visual Studio Code is going to open, okay? And now, uh, okay, it's trying to launch. Okay, now that we have installed Django, it is assumed that we've all installed Django. Okay, now that we've installed Django, let's start using it. In Django, every web you want to create is called a project. Okay, sorry, every web app you want to create is called a project. Please, well, the more you play with Django, you would understand. Okay, and a project is a total sum of applications. Now, like I said, Django is a web app. Okay, whatever we're doing in Django is app. So you might be having a lot of apps. So these, well, you might have just one app in your web application, or 2 apps or 3 apps. It depends. Okay, but these sum up to our project, Django project. Okay. All right. Let us proceed by creating a project. How do we create a project? Now, whether you're using Windows or Linux or Mac, uh, you can stick to the command prompt or um, what is it called? I'm using the Visual Studio Code, and now we'll be using the uh, terminal. Okay, yeah, let me still use the terminal. Okay, yeah, and now in this terminal now, yeah, very important. Now let's call it changing. Okay, you need to change because once you launch the terminal launch with a PowerShell. This where my mouse is, that is the PowerShell. No, we do not want to use that. What we would be using is the command prompt where our visual environment is being activated. Okay, I hope you guys are following and uh, paying details or paying attention to what I'm saying. Okay, so now what we need to do is to change our uh, terminal from the PowerShell to command prompt. Okay, and our visual environment, as you can see, the visual environment is there now. Okay, so let's start by creating our Django. Okay, so what we can do is Django dash admin, and this is coming from where we installed Django. Okay, all this is the Django package. Okay, no, I did not spell that way. Django dash admin start projects, and now we need to give our project a name. Okay, every Django project you create, you must give it a name. And for the purpose of this tutorial, I will just stick with my project. Okay, you can name it anything. You can name it system. You can name it core 5. You can name it engine. You can name it the name of the school you want to work on their website or the store or anything. Okay, but let me just stick with my project. Okay, sorry, project. Okay. Now, after we create the project, Django comes with um, some files in it. Okay, we have some files, and now if you look at where the arrow is, my mouse is now, you can see my project. A folder is being created there, and in the project, if you look, we have a file called manage.py, and if you look again, if you open that my project, the sub my project folder or directory, you will see all these files in it. Okay, so let me quickly talk about the um how do I call it? Let me talk about the project structure. Okay, this is our project. Let's talk about the structure, all these files in it. Let me explain what they are. Okay, so now let's start with the manage.py. This guy here, manage.py. Let me say this file is kind of your project's local Django admin. Yeah, it helps to interact with your project, give the command line or whatever you're doing, you would type manage.py. For instance, uh, creating an app, we would use manage.py, running server, anything you want to do. So let's just, like I said earlier, let's just say it's your local admin, okay? So after that, okay, now if you want to know more about manage.py on your command prompt, you can just type python manage.py app, okay? And you would see more details about that, okay? So let's proceed further and in our sub project, which is in our sub directory, which is this one that houses this init dot py asg dot py and all that. Okay. Now, uh, the project contains all of these files, right? And how do I start? The first line that, sorry, the first file, which is this init, it tells Python to treat um, all other files in it as a Python package. Okay, it tells Python to treat this folder as a package. Okay, and then we also have the next one is the what am I saying? Please, somebody should tell me what they are saying on the screen. What can you see on your screen? Okay, the screen. Okay, ASG. Now, okay, now, first of all, that's in it underscore in it. Okay, there is nothing there. It's just an empty file. Okay, but it tells Python, hey, this is a Python project. Okay, or package. Okay. Now we have the ASG, ASGI.py. Now, what does this do? Okay, now, okay, we have a little write up here. Say ASG configure for project for the name of the project. It exposes the ASGI callable as a model level variable and application. Now, very good. One thing I want us to understand here is that for no reason should you come to this file, the first one, int initpy init.py, you don't go to there. The next file, asgi, you don't go there. Then this one here, bwsgi, you do not go to this place for anything. Okay, that one is the WSGI is for our server, it's for our server gateway. The ASGI is for our application. Okay, it's I don't know how best to explain this to us, but this is what tells Django that hey, this is an application. Okay, so we have the next file called settings.py. This is where we might be installing some third-party libraries, app. Whenever we create an app, this is where we'll be working. Yeah, we'll be working with this file. Okay, so you can come here, and this the next file is the URLs file. Okay, this is where all of our links would be. Okay, all of our, you know, the way we have okay, right here we have admin, all our URLs, this is where it will be handled. Okay. Now, again, setting up your project, very, very important. When you set up your project, now let's go to debug. Let's go to settings. When you're setting up your project, ensure that the debug is uh true. Okay. Ensure that the debug, I'm coming, trying to look for it. Okay, debug, ensure it's true, okay? Otherwise, your project will not be running, okay? So, that is all for introduction to Django, I believe. Okay, now we've started. Let's just see how our Django project looks like for the meantime now. Okay, so now, PY, if you're using Linux or any other operating system aside Windows, please use Python. Okay, PY manage py run server. Let's see what our project is all about for now. Oh, sorry. Uh, Once you open your file, your project, you need to change directory. You need to go into the name of the project, the name of the project name. You remember when we were installing, when we were starting a project, we said Django admin start project. That's the name of that project. Okay, the name of that directory. Okay. Now in this case, it is my project. Okay, so now see the my project, and we are in the directory now. So right now we can check how our project looks like, our web application, right? Looks like. So let's say py manage.py run server. Okay. All right, great. Ignore this. You have 18 unapplied migrations for now. Just forget about all that for now. Okay, so let's check how our um website looks like for now. Oh, now if you can see this, it means you're good to go. Okay, it means you do not encounter any error in the course of you trying to install Django and starting your project. Okay, so in our next video, we will be creating an app and playing around the app lifecycle and getting our hands dirty. Okay. So thank you very much. And again, if you've not subscribed, ensure to subscribe and turn on the notification button. So when I drop the next video, you will get notified. Okay. Peace out. And before then, please, if you encounter any error in the course of this project, in this video, please leave a comment. Okay. Tell me what your challenge is. Tell me the exact time, for instance, 5 minutes, 26 seconds. You were no longer following. Okay, just tell me and I'll be right there to assist. Thank you very much.